In this video, I'll be talking about how to effectively search and extract data from journal articles. I also talk about an AI tool which can help you efficiently and effectively extract data from articles, saving you a lot of time. Like I earlier said in the first video, extracting data from articles can be a tedious process for a lot of people. So now this may vary with university. Some university, just for you to get a degree, you may be required to review at least 40 empirical articles. Now that's like 600 to 800 pages. Now that's a lot of work. Yeah, so this video will be dedicated on how to effectively search and extract data from articles. So as you progress, like if you do a master's or doctoral or PhD paper, or you may be required to review even more articles. So this video will be about saving your time while you do that. I talked about the types of articles in the first video: original research, empirical articles, and review articles. So the rest I won't talk about them. I'll mainly talk about the first two. They are the most important. So okay, let me go to that. A research article or review, original research or review or empirical article. Empirical means senses. So these are articles where you get the original information from. Like if you carry out a research or an experiment, where you record the original data into these articles. Yeah, so they are the most common type of journal article. They contain original research contributing directly to the field. Applies to all disciplines and subject areas. Written by experts for experts. Must adhere to high standards of peer review and scholarly communication. Review articles. Provides a comprehensive summary or discussion of a scientific research area. Offers a new perspective or conclusion. So the part where it offers a new, that's where you can find new avenues of research. Yeah, so vital companion to a research article. Highly cited and attracts many downloads. Contributes to the evolution of research. So I got this information from Cambridge University Press. Yes, so let me just show you a review article, a systematic literature review article. Okay, now this is a systematic literature review. So you go to the implications and future research section. Yeah, so these are knowledge gaps here. Knowledge gaps, research opportunities. So these are opportunities. So if you base your title on these articles, so you've got a credible foundation. Yeah, so whatever gap you say or cite, it's grounded in a firm foundation. Yeah, it's very hard to argue against the systematic literature review paper. Yeah, so that's all about the types of articles. So it's important to know the types of articles before you do anything. Now, where do you get these articles from? The websites. So Google Scholar is a common website. It's like a search engine for articles. So, and you've got other scholarly sites such as Science Direct, ResearchGate, Emerald Publishing. Yeah, so all those sites can be found while you're searching for articles on Google Scholar. Now there's an open source site called Sci-Hub. It's open source, meaning that you can find paid articles on Sci-Hub. However, I'm not promoting pirating, but mainly in third world countries, most people can't afford to buy paid articles, so you can source them in Sci-Hub. But not all articles will be available on Sci-Hub. I'll demonstrate this. So you copy your digital object identifier, so that's like an ID for articles, into Sci-Hub. Then you will find the article if it's available. So I will give a demonstration to that. Now, don't use dissertations and thesis papers as a reference, or any other academic report to obtain an academic qualification. Don't use that. Use articles instead. Use authoritative and credible resources for statistics or information in order for facts to have a credible base or basis. For example, the World Bank, United Nations, or any other credible body. In Zambia, you can use Zambia Statistics Agency, ZamStats. Avoid self-publishing sites like Wikipedia, blogs, and social media. So you use something credible. Don't use any source. You need something credible. So let me just demonstrate. As you can see, this is Google Scholar. Let me just go to Google Scholar. So you can search Google Scholar. I've bookmarked Google Scholar so I can easily access it. So Google Scholar. The main theme of Google Scholar is standing on the shoulders of giants. That means that whatever you do has to be based on what someone has done in the past. There are very few areas, uncharted areas, where few or no research has been done. Few researchers have ventured into, or no research has been done. So they are very rare. And those are usually done by people doing a doctoral or PhD paper, but it's possible for a person doing a degree or master's degree to find those areas, but they're very few. So this is Google Scholar. It's a search engine for articles, so you can search articles there, or case law. Usually the case law is tailored for the United States, but articles, that's global. So whatever thing of interest you can search, of any subject of interest, you can search. So we can search for public health interventions. So we have articles on public health interventions. So if you see PDF there, so that means you can download. You can just tap there, not here but there. That means you can download the same article. For me, I'm using it's a plugin. It helps me download some things. So that's why it's bringing this. But if it's normal without a plugin, it can do the same thing. So you can just press there. If there's no, like this one, if there's no PDF thing, you can just open it. But I would advise you open it to evaluate the article if it's worth downloading. So this is the interface of Google Scholar. So here, if you press start, it includes patents, so you avoid doing that. Here you exclude citations if you untick that, so you have to tick that, include citations as well. So here you can customize your search if you want to put a time constraint. So like here, I've made it the last 10 years. So you can then put 2014 to 2024. So that means I've made a time constraint. Yeah, so like I said, Moore's law, according to Moore's law, information doubles every 12 to 18 months. So whatever information, it can be obsolete in 12 to 18 months. So there are time restrictions with articles. Some universities may put 5 years, some 10 years. Yeah, so it depends on which university you're at. Yeah, so that's how you can customize. But for you to just have a general picture on what the literature says, you just do the normal search without any constraints. Yeah, so this is Google Scholar. So you can also go for systematic review on public health. Okay, now let me go to some other topic. Entrepreneurial intentions in universities. So I've searched on entrepreneurial intentions of university students. Now this is a general search, so you can customize this search. Okay, I'll just talk about that. So United States. So you can then do that. So papers published in the States will appear. So you can put whatever country you're at. Zambia. Papers in Zambia will appear on entrepreneurial intentions. So yeah, let me just put the general search. So let me open any article. Which one should I open? Okay, let me open this one. So like I said, there's a site called Sci-Hub. It helps you outsource. So just search for Sci-Hub. It helps you outsource articles. It helps you access articles. So every article you have to look for the DOI, Digital Object Identifier. So that's like an ID for articles. So you copy the address there. Then okay, if you see this on a site PDF, you think it's easy to access that article. So if you see anything like PDF, can I view it directly? Okay, so it's possible to. Okay, I usually avoid downloading compressed files, which are okay. So you have to uncompress it. Okay, the PDF version has come. Okay, let me just cancel this. Yeah, so I copied the digital object identifier. This one over here, the DOI. So that's like an ID for journal articles. You copy the address, you paste that. If it's available, it will show. Yeah, so it's not available. So in a situation when it's not available, you try to copy this, then you go on Google Scholar. Just Google, normal Google. Okay, didn't copy that. I've highlighted this, copy, go on Google, paste PDF. So different sites. So this is what site? Science Direct. So let me check if you can access this on ResearchGate. Okay, sometimes the DOI doesn't come, let me come directly like this, so you can just copy that. Okay, same thing here. Yeah, so some articles are protected, so and I think it was available on okay, so it's available there, so I could just download it directly. I was too fast. Okay, let me show you another article, example. Okay, let me just pick this one here. Okay, this one is available to download directly. Let me just cancel. Let me pick another one. Okay, even this one. So that one you could download. Just look at the interface. If there is download PDF, if that's available, you can just download it directly. So this is the digital object identifier. Copy that on Sci-Hub. Paste. Okay, this article is available. Yeah, so that's how you download articles on Sci-Hub. Yeah, so if you're having issues, you just copy the title, highlight the title, you copy it on Google, then add PDF. Sometimes you may find the article. The normal Google will have more results than Google Scholar sometimes, yeah, to have more results. So you can also search with search using Google. Yeah, so that's basically Google Scholar. So systematic literature review on public health. You can even just look at this as well. Okay, this is, it's available on download. Okay, everything usually, I mean, if you see PDF, that means it can be easily downloaded most of the times. So this is another one. So you can download, just look at the interface, be observant. Yeah, so if you see that, it's easily available. Another way to, if the site doesn't show a DOI, so just go to site. Okay, this one isn't showing properly. So go to cite this. Okay, I found it. Cite this article, then you copy this. Sometimes this isn't available in what do you call this? It's not like a link, so you just have to highlight it, then copy it, then you paste. Let's hope it to go through. Okay, it has gone through. So we've got the systematic review. So using theory of change to design and evaluate public health interventions. A systematic review. So people can even use theories in psychology and sociology to natural sciences like public health. Yeah. So that's how you use Sci-Hub and Google Scholar. Yeah, so you can just try it out for yourself. Let me just okay. Yeah, so I've talked about Sci-Hub and Google Scholar. Now before you start reading any article, how do you determine that this article is even worth reading? And how do you effectively keep articles? Yeah, so I've come up with a method of scanning, naming and categorization. So scanning is focused on determining if an article is even worth reading. So you don't have to waste your time reading an article if it's not worth reading. So you first scan through some themes. So the purpose of the article, what's the title of the article? So you have to know the title of the article. Then you scan the abstract, the objectives, hypothesis or conceptual model, the methodology, and you scan if it has got a questionnaire, it has got reliability scales, all those things. Yeah, so you scan for a lot of things. Let me give you an abstract of this article is an article on how to write articles. So basically this is it may not be the same for every article, but this is basically a picture on how articles are structured. So you go with the background, yeah, so all this and that, introductions, method sections. So under the method sections, that's where you find the questionnaire, reliability scales and everything. Then introduction, that's where they give you a picture now what the article is about. Yeah, so in between the introduction, that's where you find the conceptual model. Sometimes it's found after the references at the appendices. Even the questionnaire for some articles, you find it at the appendices. So you just have to scan the article like this one. You just scan it. Yeah. Let me give you an example, an article, a real article. Let me close this one. Yeah, so this is one of the articles I've been using for the examples I will give. Yeah, so this is the title of the article. So for you to know it's relevant, that's the abstract. You just skim through the title. You don't have to read everything there, so you just read a few things, you scan. Oh, this article's got the conceptual model, so that's good. You scan. So this is the literature review of the article. You scan. Method section, so you look for measurement constructs. You look at that. You scan. Results. Okay, let me go back to measurement constructs. Okay, so Measurement constructs, research model, 5-point Likert scale format. Disagree. So this article doesn't have a questionnaire, so it has some articles will be like this one. They will have questions there with the Chromebox Alpha and the factor loadings. Yeah, so these are factor loadings. I talked about that. Yeah, so some articles won't have this, like this one over here. What you do is you cross-reference. So here it's saying that the items for Big 5 personality traits were from Naga and Shamungathan. Okay, forgive me for the pronunciation. So, and if you see articles like this, that means they've got an electronic reference. So I can just tap on this and look for the article. So that's Naga, and the good part, it has got a digital object identifier, DOI. So let me just tap on this DOI, then allow. So this is the article where the items are from, questionnaire items. So you may have this challenge where you've got a good article but it doesn't have so if you don't see a DOI like this, so you go to where cites this article, then you have yourself a DOI there. So if it's not like in a link form where it's blue and you can easily tap on it, what you do is you highlight this, then you copy, then we press Sci-Hub. Okay, we've got access to the article where the questionnaire items were sourced from. So let's scan if it has got those items. So here we're just scanning for questionnaire items. I think I'm too fast. Okay, these items here, they are able to deliver sustainable advantage through. I think these are questionnaire items, though it's upside down. Let's see if there are any other things. So those were questionnaire items. Let me just rotate this. Okay, take a focused stand on social issues. I believe in establishing a good report with my peers. Okay, what's this article about? Influence of personality and demographic factors on social entrepreneur intentions. So these were sourced by So this was sourced from this part. So we go to the other items. Measurement constructs, okay. Social entrepreneur SEI, that's social entrepreneur intention, is this. So these were sourced in this article. So we press, where is Leon? Okay. So we allow this one as well. So I can also go on Sci-Hub for this one. Okay, this is a digital object identifier. Let's see, okay, it's in blue form, so I can copy the address just directly like that. So you press start and copy address. So now you can access, so this is the conceptual model. Okay, these are the items here. Oh, is this the item? Person? Okay, those are not the items. Okay, these are the caution items. So we got measures of co-entrepreneur intention, model elements. So these are this is the part which was sourced. So they got six questionnaire items from this, if I'm not mistaken. So we go back. So 6 there. For the items for the big 4 personalities were taken from this article. So this is where the items for social entrepreneur intentions were taken from. For the big 5 items were taken from this article. So this is agreeableness, extroversionness, openness. Let me show you this, what I mean. Openness. Where is it? Okay, agreeableness. We go with what we see first there. Extroversion, yeah. Openness, okay, now openness has been conscientiousness, yeah, so that's that. So those are the items were sourced from that. Then for this one, entrepreneur, not these other elements of planned behavior. There's personal attitude, there's subjective norms, there's control. Like each variable will have questionnaire items of its own. Like perceived behavior control has got some questionnaire items. So we go to entrepreneur intentions. That's the part where they adopted from this article. I am ready to do anything to become an entrepreneur. I have the firm intention to start a. So these were the items for entrepreneur intentions. So they were got from this part of the article. So that's how you collect. That's how you get items from articles which are not direct, like this one over here. Yeah, so you scan for key themes. You don't have to read the entire article. So you scan for the abstract. What is this? The abstract will just give you a summary of the article. You scan if it has got a conceptual model. In place of a conceptual model, some articles can just have objectives or hypothesis, a set of hypotheses, and you quickly scan, go to the method section. You scan for questionnaire items or reliability and reliability. You search for all those things. Yeah. So these are the Chromebox values here. Yeah, so you can say this article is okay. It's good to go. So for articles which are not direct, so you cross-reference the article. For articles like this one which are direct, then your home and dry. Like I said, these are factor loadings. So you use these factor loadings to come up with a Chromebox alpha. That's if you're doing factor analysis. Some articles are just direct, you just get the Chromebox alpha, then you're good. For factor analysis, you develop your own questionnaire items. And there's a way, if you are there's adopting, you just get them as they are, so you don't have to do factor analysis. If the article's got its own Chromebox alpha, so you can just do Chromebox alpha, or that's when you're doing data analysis on your own on the same questionnaire, but you don't have to do factor analysis. So when you adapt, you change something, maybe you add specificity to the entrepreneur intentions. Maybe you're doing in the beauty care sector, so you're saying I'm ready to do anything to become an entrepreneur in the beauty care sector. You add specificity, so you don't have to do factor analysis, unless if you alter the question that's developing the questionnaire items, then you have to do factor analysis, then you do the Chromebox alpha. Like here they just did factor analysis. I think these items were just adopted from somewhere. Those are not the original questions for these articles. These were developed by someone else. So Chromebox alpha, yeah. I'll talk about reliability in the next video properly. So what you do is scan for the key themes. You don't have to read the whole article, so you search for those things you want. Then after you're done, you name your article. So if the author is one person, you name the article by the author's name and the date, and if you want the title of the article after you put the name. So if it's Muya, you put Muya, the surname. Now for articles with two people, you name them after the surname of the two people and you put the date it was published. Then for articles with more than two people, so here the lead author was Muya. Whatever name appears first, that's the lead author. So you put it. This is basically how you reference, even in the reference. That's how you reference articles. So you can just put Muya et al. Like an example I've given. Where is the example? Like an example here, you put that. That's how that will save you a lot of time. Once you download a lot of articles, if you don't name them, you can even put them in categories. Yeah. When you're doing your dissertation, you can put them in categories of literature. Like this is a example of a dissertation. Like we've got literature on developed countries, literature on developing countries, African countries literature. So this may vary with university. Yeah, Zambian empirical literature. So you can put them in these categories so that you don't have to search for articles. Like the way I've done this, I've put in. So for unit 5 and 4, I'll be talking about this. The way I've named these articles, this will help you search for articles. If you don't do this, you have a lot of articles and you won't know what article is what. That will help you preserve a lot of time. Then yeah, so I even talked about categorization just like that. Yeah, so once you categorize articles, to be easy for you to retrieve information. So once you know the articles which are relevant, you have them. Now you have to the actual extraction of data. So I came up with some frameworks. A framework is a tool. It can be a thought process in general or a structured process of doing things. So in this case, it's a tool used to arrange information for decision making processes or extract information. Yeah, so I came up with a 5-stage process of testing literature gaps. So this is how you can test. This is something I came up. Yeah, this is how you can test. There's a testing literature and research gaps. So you can do. Now let's go back to Google Scholar. Okay, let me close this, just close. Okay, this is no by any means you can follow whatever order you want. You can either do a general search or you can just start with this combined. So a general search is basically searching for what you want without putting any constraint like the date. So this is how I've bookmarked Google Scholar, so I can just tap on that. So this is how you bookmark. This is me and bookmarking it, so it won't appear there. So let me bookmark it. So it's appearing here on other bookmarks. Where is it? Okay, we've lost it. Okay. Where is Google Scholar? Let me just okay, bookmarks bar. Okay, got a lot of bookmarks. Push it there back to its original position. Yeah, so that's how you bookmark some things. This will be easier for the most important things. You put them in order so that you don't forget not forgetting, so that you can easily access the site. So we can go for, so yeah, searching for public health interventions. This is just a general search. What a local search means is that you want to narrow the literature. So you say if you want to test for a gap in Zambia. Now let me just give an example of something I did. Yeah, this will be like part of the example I'll be talking about I'll talk about it in depth. So I actually found a research gap. So this is a valid research topic. I'll properly talk about this in depth. So investor intentions in the securities market. Now this is a general search on literature. It shows everything, no time frame, no specific country. Now this is how I knew that there's a contextual gap in Zambia. When investigating investor intentions in Zambia, just included that prompt Zambia to the title and everything changed. So we don't have any investor intentions in Zambia. So basically what the general search allows you to do is that it gives you a general overview on things, on the literature everywhere in the world without any time constraint and everything. Then if you put a local search, you'll be searching for specific areas. So that means to give you an insight if the research is done in a specific area. So like the example I'll be giving you, this one, there is no research done, little or no research. I haven't found any research in Zambia yet, so that means it's a valid knowledge. There's a valid knowledge gap in Zambia, and this can be backed up by the knowledge that there are only 23 listed companies. So I'll talk about this in depth. I looked at statistics. Like if you look at South Africa, they've got a lot of listed companies. So maybe someone has done research on investigating investment intentions in security markets. Yeah, so that's how you find a knowledge gap. So you do a general search to even assess how much literature is in that area. A local research can be done a local regional search can be done to search if the contextual gaps. Then the fourth type of research is a systematic literature review search. Yeah, so like the one I did earlier, systematic. Let me do this. Systematic literature review. So we've got systematic literature review papers. Now let's remove the Zambian part. Okay, there are even papers in Zambia, SQL. Okay, this is for the medical people. I don't know. Yeah, so it's your choice whether, okay, for this you can accept cookies. Cookies are just information websites collect on you. So if you want them to collect some information about you, can accept. Sometimes they don't give you access, so you can avoid that as well. So this is the digital object. You identify that, you copy. Yeah, so systematic literature review on you can do a systematic literature review to search for all types of knowledge gaps. Then you can put a time constraint gap, combined time constraint search. Yeah, so you can put a time limit 2014, 2024. So just like that, you've locked the time, a time frame of 10 years. So all you have is articles within that time frame. So that's how this framework goes. Yeah. So let me just talk about it. The general search allows you to have a general picture of literature with no time frame or geographic constraint. This allows you to assess if there is a substantial number of publications in any given field. So that's the purpose. The local and regional search allows you to assess literature in different geographic and therefore regions, and therefore different economic, demographic, and social culture contexts. So local could mean town, city, province, or state, and that's large a country or nation. Regional search could mean any recognized regions such as Sub-Saharan Africa, Middle East, or even continents like Europe, America, Africa. This is a broader search than the local search. Systematic literature review search is the most credible and robust search, as it applies systematic literature review methodology to review literature. It gives you a deep and more credible picture in current and past literature, also giving direction to future avenues of research. Areas, okay. This is one of the best ways of researching for searching for a research gap. The combined time constraint allows you to combine all four techniques with an added time constraint, ideally based on current literature, so 5 to 10 years. This technique allows you to filter outdated literature and could be employed from the start without going through the first stages, so you can employ that. So this is a note. The first stages are mainly tailored to find contextual gaps, while the systematic literature review search can give you any research gap. For a theoretical and methodological gap to be found, the key search phrases or prompts can be used. So you can use key search phrases or prompts with a systematic search. For example, systematic literature review on the theoretical framework or theories of a certain study, so maybe public health or how diseases are spreaded, or can search on entrepreneur intentions, mobile banking, whatever. So on the theories of mobile banking, or a systematic literature review on the methodological techniques of a particular study. So maybe a systematic literature review of the methodological techniques of investigating maybe brand loyalty or something, or how diseases are spread, or whatever you are searching for, how technology is adapted. These phrases can also be used in conjunction with or the 5 stages to test literature, and look for research gaps. So this is how you find your research gaps. The following are some adaptable search prompts, so you can just tweak them to whatever you fancy to find a theoretical methodological gap. So a search prompt for systematic literature is a systematic literature review on the methodologies used in say public health or whatever you're looking for. Systematic literature on the theories or frameworks on entrepreneur intentions, so you can just specify. Yeah, then you can just make adjustments. So once you find your articles there, now this is just for testing your whatever topic you found. You're testing the literature and the research gap. So you test if there's a research gap before you even start doing anything. So once you've got a valid research gap like the one I had over here, I'll talk about this in depth. You start extracting information now. Okay, this may look like whatever processes I've talked about, they might look like a lot of work, but once you actually start doing this, to be very fast. Like it's very fast for me to scan an article, maybe like in 10 seconds I know whether this article is 10 to 15, even sometimes 20. Yeah, I know whether if this article is even necessary or not. So this is what I call LV2 extraction. LV means L means literature review structure, collecting or extracting data following the specific structure of the literature review table and the paragraphs in the literature review chapter. So you talk about the author's approach, focus, sample or context, findings, theory used, and knowledge gap. Okay, let me go to my dissertation. Now this will definitely vary with different universities. This is our literature review paper. So here this is how you are extracting information, so that you don't read the article more than I don't know how many times. You can't afford to read 800 pages or 600 pages more than once, or at least you do it once. So you talk about the authors. Yeah, so the approach means methodology. It can be quantitative, cross-sectional research, or just the type of research. The focus mainly means the title of the research. So what's the title, or what is the research doing here? What's the main theme of the research? Analyzed sample. You talk about the sample which was analyzed. Yeah, so then the findings, the following. You talk about the findings. You talk about what was found in the article. Then you talk about the theory used, the theory of planned behavior. Then there's this theory. Then you talk about the knowledge gap. Knowledge gap identified can be also the limitations of the study. Yeah. Now this may vary with universities. Some universities may not have these themes. Yeah, so you can just discuss about that. Even in the literature review chapter, so this is my dissertation. Okay. Even in the literature review chapter, you talk about these things. Yeah. So I talked about the what do you call this, the author there. I talked about that. I talked about the sample. This is a systematic literature review. So I just talked about all that. Yeah. This is another paper. So it basically follows the structure I gave you there. Yeah, okay, mainly follow this structure. This structure. Yeah, so follow this structure. If it's different with your university, yeah, follow the structure of the university. Ask for a sample dissertation or even a sample proposal. Yeah, so that you're a bit guided, yeah, on that one. Yeah, so it will spare you time, a lot of time. Then what does the V2 mean? There's V1, then there's V2. V1 means variable discussion. I just made that up. Like for every variable you have to give citations. So in this V1 I've put at least 5 to 7 citations. So in the variable discussion one, you'll be talking about just a general description of each variable. So you define the variable, describe it, discuss anything about the phenomenon. Let me just give an example with an article. The same article was given. So these are the variables here. Those are the variables. So the literature starts. It first starts with the Y variable. They talk about it. How many citations here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 6 citations. One variable. So this is what I mean by variable discussion. So openness to experience is a trait for intellectually curious people who tend to seek new experiences and discover new ideas. So they cite that. Just the definition attracts those citations. You do that, you do that, you do that. So you can do this on the onset to spare you time. You just find a blank slate of Word document here. You talk about that. Yeah. Then variable discussion too. Yeah, you get to discuss about the variables again. Again, you make 5 to 7 citations for each variable. So that means the total, even for the first one, 25 to 35 citations. Yeah. So what you do is you compare and contrast positive and negative results for each variable in different studies. So this is just one study here. So this is one study. So you have to review about 25 to 35 articles like this. Yeah. So what do I mean by variable discussion too? Yeah, this discussion section here, they talk about the results. Or in fact, you can go to the results section. So all the hypotheses were supported. That means they were all significant. So whatever objective was there in the study, I mean, not whatever objective, all the hypotheses were supported, of which 2 were negative. So you just discuss. So in that section, the first section, you just like variable discussion, you define, describe, discuss anything about the phenomenon. So you do 25 to 35 citations. So this is like one article, so you do this with 25 articles. And for these sections, you focus mainly on the results. Before you even talk about your results, you discuss for each variable the positive side and the negative. You compare and contrast. Then you go to your results now with the same after you've discussed. So you talk about your knowledge contribution, what new thing you're adding, are your findings in line with prior studies. Then you talk about how can the results be applied. You make recommendations for scholars, practitioners, and policymakers. Yeah, so this is how the literature review table has to look like here. So you discuss that. Yeah, so this is how you can extract data. So if you've got a different structure for your university, you tailor it for your university. So your university might have something similar to this. So you extract data like this. You have a separate word before you even start writing the chapters for the dissertation or proposal. You extract data like that. Then you're home and dry. So you can do this to preserve a lot of time. Like, you don't have time to read 600 to 800 pages twice. That's a lie. So you can do this to preserve a lot of time. So thank you very much for watching this video. Oh, I almost forgot the AI tool you can use. Yeah, I almost forgot. Yeah, so you can go to PDF AI Summarizer. Okay, that's appeared over here. Okay, let me just PDF AI. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for, but let me just give you a general search so that you can identify it. You can try these other ones, but this one is the one I've tried. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so pick the same PDF I picked. Where is that document? It's called Look, if I remember. Okay, it's in this folder, Look, something like that. Okay. Yeah, you can use this too, but just try to. I've tested a lot of them, so they are not okay. They're accurate, but they might not give you everything you want. Yeah, so you can just discuss. So it has given you a summary of what the article is about. So you can ask, give me all the supported hypotheses. So, or the supported hypothesis. So let me go to this article. So every hypothesis was supported here. So I'm just testing it, how efficient it is. What has given me it has missed out the first one. Yeah. So let me ask the funny question. Was the first one supported? Yeah, so this is what you expect from these AI things. Yes, the first hypothesis, H2, was H2 extroversion. Openness, so it's made a mistake there. Yeah, so how about openness? Oh, hey, my apologies. Okay, the first hypothesis, H1, openness. Yes. Okay, let me write the word open, but there's no need. Openness supported. So if you recognize that error, you can correct it. Yes. Okay, so this is accurate. So you can just tell it to give you information. So it might have a little bit of glitches. Yeah. So like, give me the Chromebox alpha values. Chromebox alpha values for each study, for each variable, variable. Okay, now let's check if this is accurate. What are the Chromebox alpha? Now these are the composite Chromebox alpha. Then these are the actual ones we want here. So let's check. It has given us the composite. Oh. So those are the mistakes these things can make. Give me the other set of Chromebox alpha. Okay, alpha. Okay, it has produced the proper ones here. Now these are the proper ones. Yeah, so it does search articles, so you can just okay, it's difficult for the AI to distinguish what's composite reliability Chromebox to what's the, it's a bit difficult for that one, for the table, but yeah, it's a good tool, but just use it in conjunction with scanning, yeah, and everything. Then there's another site. Okay, there are many sites I can talk about. Let me just end this video, it's too long. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. See me in the next video, and please subscribe to my channel.